When I was in high school, our lit teacher once read us a poem that said, "To live in the hearts that we leave behind is not to die." Never really knew what it meant till that day on the bridge.
You're ruining everything and fixing nothing. I hate you.
Why can't you get past it? I might as well be going through this alone.
I can't swim. I can't swim.
Probably can't fly either. Think you find the view just as good from down here.
Who are you?
God. I love coming down here on Sunday mornings. It's like watching someone you love sleep. Never fails to make me happy. To give me hope.
Hope? What the hell is that? That mill? My mill? Closed in '09. It's 2011. I'm about to lose my house, My wife and kid look at me like I'm a stranger. I can't provide for my family, and it makes me angry all the time. Hope. I was hoping to come down here to fix all that, and you're fucking it up. Hope? Who the hell are you?
Just another raindrop in the storm.
Don't you know why I came here? Don't you know what you've done?
I know why I come here. Been coming here a long time. Long enough that sometimes it almost feels like my bridge. And that's how it happens. Just two raindrops that land side by side.
Why do you keep talking about raindrops?
It's kind of how my dad would explain the meaning of life to me when I was a kid. He'd say, each person is a raindrop in the storm. In the endless lake we all fall into, the universe. Each life fleeting, lasting only from cloud to water surface. Ending with a splash, over as quickly as it began. Fading back into what we came from, forever. But if you look closely, you go on. The ripple you created meshes with all the others, affecting them, and in turn, those they affect. Each individual ping, sinking us into one infinite chain we all belong to. It's truly how we're all connected.
Bullshit. The way things are right now, if I'm gone in the big picture, it's like I was never here. Your dad was feeding you some homebrewed version of Star Wars Jedi crap.
Maybe. Thought that myself when I was young. Until one day I read this story of a people in Central America. Known as the Onda tribe, some Spanish explorer named Cortez came across them 500 years ago on one of his expeditions. He writes of a people living in the jungle, their village at the base of a mountain that overlooked a small but deep lake. One thing he found unique about them was their ritual to honor their dead. After the body was buried in the ground, anyone who so wished would hump a rock up the mountain trail to a cliff overhanging the lake and drop it in to honor their dead. Part of the symbolism is the size of the rock lobbed in. The larger the rock,
The more important the departed had meant to that person.
roger that. Cortez tells how for important tribe members, little kids would struggle up the trail with stones half as big as them, or of whole families somehow mobbing a boulder the size of a man up to the cliff. He describes a time when the whole trail was full of villagers waiting their turn with their rock. On the other hand, he tells of a time when someone not well liked in the village passed. Very few people went up the trail that day, most only with small stones in one hand. But that's only half the symbolism of the ritual. According to Cortez, each person lobs their rock one at a time, watching in silence until it
hits the water and everybody can see how big the splash is.
in a modern Western world, yeah, that'd probably be the focus. But 500 years ago, in the jungle, a showy splash meant nothing to the Onda. Now, according to Cortez, they're all lasered in on the ripple. No one could cast their tribute until all the ripples from the previous one had vanished. The ceremony would go on for hours.
It's a good story. Never heard it before. Not sure I believe it.
For 5 centuries, most historians didn't either. There was no evidence of the Onda. Maybe they got wiped out by diseases the Spanish brought. Maybe the Aztecs or Mayans swallowed them up. Most scholars just figure Cortez was spinning another fantastic tale to pump himself up back at Spanish court, which he was known to do. That was until the mid-'80s, when a small plane of Guatemalan government officials crashed deep in the suck on their way to a party in Cancun. The wreck was tracked to a small but deep jungle lake at the base of a mountain, where they had apparently tried an emergency landing. While diving to recover the bodies, they discovered all these stones in the center part against the cliff. Some were boulders as big and wide as a man, and each one had a symbol carved on it, some form of ancient Mayan script, each one translating into what we would consider a personal name.
So Cortez was telling the truth. What does Onda mean?
Don't really know. But I do know this. You keep pinging, wondering if it's true, when you should be wondering, is there truth in it? Today, why you came here, what you were going to do, don't mean nothing. Death is just a splash, a flashbang, a brief image quickly forgotten. Life, that's the ripple. And what you do in it, good or bad, lasts forever, through everyone that is and everyone that follows. That is where you can make a difference. But remember, the chance to make a difference is also fleeting, especially on those closest to you. Your ripple is strongest on them, but the moment goes by quickly. Believe me, I know. You need to put steel on target, and I mean a lot of it, all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it. Splash is nothing. Ripple, everything.
Roger that.
Who are you? I don't even know your name. I don't even know if you're real.
You keep worrying if I'm real. You should be worrying about what really matters. We're all just raindrops in the storm. We just happen to land close to each other. Now, pop smoke. Get out of here. This is my day on my bridge, and you are fucking it up.
I feel like we should hug or something.
Nah. That'd just be weird. Steel on target. Make a difference.
getting a little worried.
Just walking around, thinking.
Have you been drinking?
Not a drop.
You don't know how worried I've been. They keep talking about this guy who drowned today. Gives me chills when I thought.
I met someone today. I think he might have been an angel. I don't know. Maybe even God.
Sure you haven't been drinking?
Now for the top story in the local news this hour. A man was pulled from the Great Miami River around noon. Police have identified the body as Greg Smith, a two-tour Iraq War veteran and Bronze Star recipient. Authorities had become familiar with the man over the past several years due to his homeless situation.
That's the guy I met this morning.
Workers at a local shelter described him as always pleasant and how he loved to spend his days city watching at the Blackstreet Bridge. But also noted that he'd become increasingly despondent the past several months due to his ex-wife and children moving away. Now for our first look at weather and the possibility of storms later this evening.
He was real. He was real. Is Abby here?
She's in her room doing homework, but please don't.
Abby! Hun! Do you know what the Spanish word onda means?
What?
Onda. I think it's Spanish. Do you know what it means?
Why?
Because it's important.
I think it means little wave. Like a ripple.
I don't understand you. You're gone all day. You somehow know this man who drowned today. And now you come home speaking Spanish and here I thought it could have been. I thought it could have been.
He was real. I knew him. He saved me.
Thanks for helping. I couldn't have done this alone. Wouldn't want to. Never really knew him. I'm still not really sure what happened that day. Why he gave whatever he had left in him to live to me, a stranger. I don't know. But I do know his name. And I do know that he made a difference. For me. For me.
For me.
Ready?